Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. This blog is titled Alexandra School Experience, and they're talking about bullying, and they're saying that 80% of students are bullied and their money is taken away daily. Okay, let me interject. If it's happening to 80%, which is a majority, why can't they get together and stop it? But let's continue with this blog. If you complain, you're gonna get hurt. Okay, there are gangs in the school. She's saying that, or he is saying that their child was bullied in lower school. Now in senior school, she's being victimized by the food and nutrition teacher. The teacher has deleted her and many other students in the class from the CSC entry, that's an exam. He has complained to the ministry. Nothing has changed. This teacher has told her senior teacher that she would blank her. What has the Ministry of Education done? The bathrooms are always locked. The schoolrooms and bathrooms are very dirty. The principal says he is the boss and his decision is the final judgment. My child's friend was told by the principal that she hopes her mother is not as unmannerly as her. The ministry is doing nothing. Alexandra teachers, students, and principal they're bullies, and no one cares to fix it. Okay, so this came from a parent of a student at the Alexandra school, and I'm saying that if these few people are doing these things to the majority, you must teach the majority that they actually rule. What they want should happen, but they have to come together cohesively. My mouth is going in different directions this morning. They have to come together cohesively and just do things, get things done. So to this parent, this blog is going up, but I'm going to encourage you to encourage your child and have your child encourage the other children to organize peacefully, cordially, but get together. No one should be able to take your lunch money, especially if that group is a minority group. Your children should be taught, and school is a good learning place. It's yes it is, but it's also good for mitigating these kind of things, because when you get out in the world, it could be worse. But if you can have your tools, if you can teach your children to have these tools available to them in school, so that when they get out into the wider community, it doesn't happen, because those bullies are going to become police officers or whatever else. So you need to teach your kids how to be able to handle them when those bullies have some power behind their bullying. You have to have a lot of tools to calm those kind of traits and those kind of people. So it would be a good thing at the school level, the secondary school level, to teach your kids how to get together. They do have phones. Don't tell me they don't have phones. They have phones. Get together in groups and decide, who's going to run the group and who's going to update the group, and everyone chime in. You have times to have your say within that group, and you should be able to identify who these people are and have those kids reported to the authorities. If the school doesn't want to do it, you take it to the Barbados Police Service people and have it handled. But it must be handled. These kids cannot be allowed to leave school, and because they're practicing now, this is practice, they should not be able to leave school with that practice and perfect it when they get out into the community and they're older and bigger and stronger. You need to fix it now. Teach your kids to be assertive but peaceful. be assertive, but stay within the parameter of the law. But you have to teach yourself. You have to teach your children, teach yourself too, how to arm yourself with ways that you can get along with people like what they're experiencing here in the school. Even dealing with the teachers, dealing with the principal. Teach your kids how to stand firm, and maybe they have to practice too, because if the people who are bullies are practicing, you have to teach your kids how to stand strong. So that's practice for your kids too. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna blog on this, and let's hope that it's seen by the right people and something's done. But I encourage children who are being set upon to take assertive lessons. There are classes that you can take, even online, where you can assert yourself in situations so people don't take advantage of you. Okay, this is Sherry Veronica.
If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It helps keep this channel going.
Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. This is about a blog I did on Romario Antonio Roach. This is a article that was in Your News from the court. They're trying to figure out what to do with him, the sentencing phase. And I got this response because I've asked people to give their views, especially if you know of a situation and you've lived it and you have experienced it, you know the person. And this person wrote in, and they're saying that they know who this guy is. They recognize him and they knew him from a child, and how he had a hard life in terms of being around the neighborhood, and he was hungry. And this person is thinking that he didn't have the wherewithal, he didn't have the strength to hurt 3 grown people. They don't think it's him, and they're saying that they feel that the real person who committed the crimes is the father. Okay, they think it's the father, and they cite the father as someone that was around them, and they would have him around the house cleaning, and they stopped hiring him because they realized that the father not trustworthy. He wasn't trustworthy. And this person is also feeling that the police should know, that they should know that this little boy, well, he was little then, not so little, but could not have done what they say he has done. In Barbados, this is not going to go anywhere. They have him. They can say in the news that most of the crimes in Barbados are solved. They do not go unsolved. So they like to say that so that tourists can come to the island and feel safe, because they usually catch the bad guys. But so this is not going to go anywhere. Okay, no investigation, no DNA, no nothing like that is going to be done ever. Okay, but someone in my chat felt the urge to write this to me, and they're saying that they think that this guy didn't do it. He was just too hungry and just not, he was not able. They don't think he was able. Got some more, but I didn't put it all up. But they don't think that this guy was able to do what they say he has done to 3 grown people, and even his mother. They think that the boy's father, who was very he was mean spirited to the mother. And in Barbados, when a woman will run around and you hear her crying out for help and that kind of stuff, you know what happens. And they're saying that was a situation, and they would not be surprised if it was the father, or not his father and the woman's man, the father of the child, the father of Romario, they will not be surprised if it was his father who would be responsible for this happening. And even if it wasn't the father, this is me speaking now, even if it wasn't the father that physically did it, just having children and having them walking around hungry and begging for food and that kind of stuff, that's enough. That should be a crime. That should be enough to have someone looked at and charged. And like I say, when you put the child or your child, when your child goes into one cell, some parents need to be in the cell next door, right next door. It should be that there's room for the parent or the parents. Okay, so yeah, I do this because it came to me. It's regarding Romario Antonio Roach, and they've blamed 3 people who expired on him. They've blamed him, and someone is saying that they feel the little boy was framed and he only wanted care and love, and that's something that may be hard for you to fathom, but a lot of children go without that. A lot of children go without love, and part of love is feeding your child. Part of love is feeding, giving them food to eat, substance. Okay, that's part of love. Okay, love is an action word, not just saying I love you. It's an action word, purely 100% action, and you should not be having them if you know you can't feed them. You should not be having a child if you know you cannot properly feed, clothe, give them shelter. You know, that's not love. So it starts wrong, it ends wrong. Okay, that's it for this. This is Sherry Veronica.
If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It helps keep this channel going.
Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. What Mervyn Grace here, what he is saying about him not being concerned, or the brass tacks people not being concerned, it's a lie. It's a lie. They are very concerned about the new crop of youngsters on the streets in Barbados. They're very concerned about people interacting with the Barbados Police Service, and after a moment, they can see that there's a unprofessionality that is part of that particular service, and they can see that the officers are not trained to work with people. They're not trained to police. They're just not trained for that. They just want to take the easiest way out, which is usually someone calling and telling them, I saw this person do this or whatever, and they have a witness and they don't have to do any investigations and that kind of stuff. He is concerned. He is concerned. They are concerned. He is sent here. He was sent to your newspaper, or that particular article was put in there to make you feel as though they have everything under control. They do not have everything under control. You all saw that video in the pool room, in the pool hall, where the brazenness, they were brazen in what they were doing. I just did a blog on what's going on in the Pinelands. You hear how Patricia Benedict talks about her interactions. If they don't pretend to be nice, it's not going to go well for them. They have to at least pretend that they are nice. They have to pretend they don't mind taking your statement. They have to pretend that they're going to do investigations, because as it stands now, people do not respect them. People understand that they're just there for the money. People that's a known. They're just there for the money. They're there for the power, because it is some sense of power. And he and the commissioner and the deputy commissioner, all the superintendents, all of them should be concerned, because like I said, there's a new crop of people coming out onto the streets, and they're young and they're strong. They should be concerned, because they're not playing. They're not playing. These people are not your grandparents or your great-grandparents. These people are not even your parents. There's a new crop of people that's on the scene. So when this guy, Mervyn, whatever his name, what's his name? I didn't hear. Yeah, Mervyn Grace. When he says that they're not concerned, but they're not going to condone, bad behavior, but they're not concerned. They are concerned. They are concerned. It's being talked about right now as I speak. There is a big concern. Okay? Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.